Hey, 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 good people. That note might have sounded okay, Cam. What'd you think? That one? It did. Cam said if I work on it. Well, having good people, welcome to C Minus Society. My name is Chaz Rodgers. Who I was just talking to is Cam, the producer here at Transit Pictures. Thank you, Cam, for always being here for me, brother. Appreciate you, man. Here at C Minus Society, the whole goal is to help people like you, the average person, the person who said, hey, man, you ain't going to be shit. To help that person be the person they see when they close their eyes. Because we all have a dream. We all have a desire, but sometimes we don't know how to get there. You know, there's a certain way we think. There's a certain way we want to look. There's a certain amount of money we want to make. And we just go, well, I guess that'll never happen for me. And it can. Yes, it can. It can happen for you. It can happen for you. And I am here to hold your hand through this process. Working through this together. Me and you and me as one. All right, so from a song. I probably don't have the rights to sing. All right, anywho. So look, today we're going to talk about being fat. Not you guys. Not you. Not you. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about not you. I'm talking about me. So for those who don't know me, a year ago, I had lost like 75 pounds. Now you like, damn, Chaz, you lost 75 pounds and you still look like that? No. All right, I lost a gang of weight. I'm from 275 to 190, and then went back up after I had a baby. Yes, I had the baby myself. I pooped her out. All right, she came from my stomach out my butt. All right, that's how it happens. That's how it works. Don't ask about the questions. Nah, I didn't realize that the effects of having a baby was. Everyone was like, "Hey man, when you have a baby, you'll gain weight," and I was like, "Nah." And it was like, yeah. And everybody was like, hey, don't worry, it happens to all of us. And I was like, okay. So now you got to work to get it back down, right? That's no problem. Anywho. All right. So anyways, so me and Cam were just having a discussion about the keto diet, ketosis and all this good stuff. And I had some debates with some blockheads named Keenan Baker and Tony Baker who had no idea what they were talking about, thinking that they know stuff from one article they read and not doing the proper research because them cats don't read books. I almost called them very bad names on here. All right, but you got to do your research on stuff, man. I do my research on stuff. I read a lot of books, man. I watch a lot of videos on not just YouTubers, but on actual doctors who have practices in nutrition, you know? So you got to, it's like you got to do cross-examinations on the different books, right? You read one book, you see what some other doctors say. You talk to the doctor who actually checks your body, and they'll all be like, yeah, or no. And I had enough information that keto was right for me. And it worked like crazy. All right, so what is keto? Keto is just slang for ketosis. Ketosis is the process of when your body uses its own fat for energy. So instead of using glucose, so what your body does, if your body doesn't have any fat, if it doesn't have any sugar, doesn't have any food, right? Your body makes these things called ketones. And the ketones take the fat. All right, this is a very basic description, but ketones take your fat. You take your fat. I think the case takes it into your liver. They come from your liver, and it turns your fat into energy. Okay, it'll take it away to your brain, all that good stuff, and then so when people are on ketosis, they'll always say that's a better brain function than having a better energy for your brain than having sugar. Right, you'll feel more. You feel more energized, and I've experienced this myself. You always feel more energized. It's always supposed to be like less brain fog, which I have brain fog all the time. I'm in keto right now, and I'm always this foggy brain, so I don't know if that part works necessarily for other people. But I stumble and can't think of shit I'm supposed to be saying all the time. So that might just be me and how I am, or maybe I just think too fast. Anyway, it's not the point. So I just want to give people a clear idea. Like, all right, me and Cam were just talking about this. The word diet doesn't just mean like a certain fad that you're eating for a amount of time. Like, it's pretty much just whatever you put in your mouth is your diet. It's your food intake. Cows have a diet. Dolphins have a different diet. Is what you take in. We have different diets. There's so many different diets, but diet really it doesn't mean lose weight with food. You know what I mean? That's not what diet means. It's kind of what you ingest. Like, what is your daily makeup? I'll be like, so if a doctor's like, well, what's your daily diet like? You're like, oh, man, 3 pancakes, some bacon and eggs. I do a slim fast. I don't know if they still make that at all, but you're not supposed to do those at the same time. All right. So let's go through it. So there was two books I read. Two books I read about keto in general. One was called The Obesity Code by Dr. Fung. I think it's Fung. I don't think it's the PH, but Dr. Fung. And this other one was the Keto Diet. No, David Osprey is the author. I actually brought my laptop so I can look up this stuff, so I don't just sound like an idiot stumbling and mumbling the whole time. So David Osprey, I know, is there, and he has a book called The Bullet. Shit, Cam. Cam has nothing to do with this. And the other book is called The Bulletproof Diet by Dave Osprey. What y'all talking about? Nothing happened. What you mean? They ain't seen no edit? Shut up. You saw nothing. Keep on going. All right, anywho. So those are the two books that I first read about, and I learned about the keto diet. So the Obesity Code was so super dope because it explained what actually happens when we eat. Now, the whole basis of the Obesity Code, his whole theory is that insulin is what makes you fat. Okay, so pretty much what insulin does, insulin takes sugar out of whatever we eat and then distributes it to our body. It's like the Uber for sugar. All right, it'll take it from I think it comes from your liver. I think insulin is a chromosome that comes from your liver or pancreas. It could be either one. Pancreas, thank you. And it takes it and it distributes from. Cam, you're a smart motherfucker, man. Nobody knows that shit. Nobody knows that shit. All right. So it takes it. So if you eat a goddamn donut, it's gonna take all that sugar. So what happens when people get fat, like me, is that it runs out of places to store. We don't burn it, right? So if your body doesn't burn it or it can't process the food we take in, it goes into fat cells, which can be in your neck, like me. You see all up in my face right now. Your butt cheeks, your stomach, of course, thighs. In between your toes is why some people's toes don't touch the floor because they got fat feet. Yeah, you gotta be pretty fat if your toes don't actually touch the floor. That's pretty funny though. Anyways, so that's what happens, right? If you don't burn the glucose, if you don't burn what we use, your body turns it into fat. Processed foods. So your body, process anything that's McDonald's, anything that's in between the racks. Anything that's inside of the grocery store, anything that's in the aisle, you know what I mean, is probably processed. And anything out of a bag, out of a can, processed good stuff. It's good stuff. I'm gonna put that in there, but it's processed. And your body can't process it, and it turns into fat when your body doesn't know what to do with it because it's not real food. And your body goes, what the fuck is this? Wait, what you want me to do with it? Hey, I'm not taking this shit. Put this shit in the back. And that's your ass. Put that shit in the back. Put it down. I don't care if it's sagging already. Put that shit back there. All right? We're all full, you know? And so I think that from what I've read, when your body is more like this is what Dave Fung says. Dave Fung, I'm mixing names. Dr. Fung says that your body is more like a thermostat than it is a train. We treat our bodies like a train, right? So let's say your body is a train, okay? And the coal is the food. We put the coal in the engine and it burns and it's supposed to go. But if we have too much coal and we're not burning it, we're staying still. Right, and we got an overload, so we had to put that coal somewhere else, right? So you have to keep adding cabooses to the train, you know, and that's how you get fat. So you get a big old fat dragging ass, all right? You got too much coal, and you're not burning that shit fast enough. All right, that's how that works. So that's always been the theory of like calories and stuff like that, right? Sugar intake, sugar index, all that good stuff. So his whole idea is like your body is more like a thermostat. Everybody burns at a different temperature. Which is true. So I noticed when I went from like 275, I was always hot. But I didn't realize I was hot until I went to like 200. I was cold all the time. You can ask my wife. I was cold all the time. And he was like, she was like, well, not only is your body carrying 70 pounds less of blubber, right? That's all that is. 70 pounds less of blubber, but your body temperature changes and it starts burning at a different rate, which I didn't know. And you can actually test that out also. There's a whole... I'll get the place for you, but there's places that do this whole body scan, and it can tell you at what core temperature, quote unquote core temperature, because it's called something else that I don't know what it's called, and that what it burns at. And so there's a difference for me at 275 and when I was at 200, and it was like because it takes your body less work to move, to do stuff, so your body doesn't have to work as hard, so your body operates at a lower temperature. Isn't that crazy, man? Science. So when I learned all this stuff about what your body does, it made it so much easier to lose weight. So when he talks about insulin being or sugar in general. Of course, we know what sugar does, right? We know that your body needs a certain type of sugar for glucose. That's until I found out about ketones. Once it was like your body doesn't need ketones, your body already has its own fat. Because your body, like our body has a process. It's like back in the days where famine was a casual occurrence. Not like now when I can literally go get a whole damn steak at a store. Like I would never know hunger. I have a super privileged life where I can at least go steal a steak somewhere. I can go steal an apple somewhere, and by the time they catch me, I've ate 3 of them. You know? By the time they get me, I can be full off of bread. You know what I mean? I can just walk in any place and eat my heart's content until they catch me. And if I'm quick enough, I can eat on the run. You know, I can eat from aisle to aisle. I can go start off in the bread section, go run over to some dairy, get some milk, wash that back down. I can go over to the little seafood section, get some shrimps, because you know those shrimps, they just be sitting there. Cool. I can go get some of that real quick. Probably go to the frozen food section. That's not going to help me so much. Probably skip that. Oh, I can go get some ice cream, a little dessert after that. Anyways, all right. That's how I would do it. I would go from section to section, trying to dodge people trying to catch me from eating other food. Oh, side note. Everybody see these videos of these people licking the top of ice cream? You see that shit, Cam? Oh. Like, who the hell raised you? What kind of sick part? What? People are spit. Yeah, I saw some people like took a gulp of like Gatorade or something and spit it back. Like, what? Why? How? Like, what's the? I couldn't even, like, are you cool? Like, what is that the new hot shit? What is that? What are we doing? What happened to people who used to just rob banks? Those were the cool cats back in the day. What are we doing? Bonnie and Clyde type. Them cats was cool. What are you doing? That was some real shit. You guys are licking the tops of ice cream. Ugh. All right, anyways. Like, now you're a criminal for some dumb shit. That's dumb. All right, that's nothing to do with what we're talking about. But still, it's so gross. All right, so we talk about keto, insulin. All right, so that's what insulin does. That's what ketones do. So I think so when I first started doing keto, it was different, right? I'm eating a lot more different food. So their thing is mostly fats, right? So like Atkins diet. So look, like some of these diets work. Like I never did the beach diet or whatever it was called. It was like a Santa Monica diet, whatever that shit's called. I don't know. I did Atkins, and Atkins worked for like 30 pounds, right? And which was cool. I'd appreciate it. All right. So, but Atkins, of course, was like more meat, more proteins, higher proteins, less carbs. Less carbs was definitely the same in keto around the world, I think. Like you can't just be eating a goddamn whole cornfield, you know? That's what we were doing. We were eating whole wheat fields, just pure wheat. Which actually it wasn't even pure wheat, probably eating some kind of processed wheat. So keto is, I think, 75% fat, which I know sounds like a lot, but I'll explain. Because the word fat scares people. 75% fat, I think it's 5% carbs and then 20% protein, if I have that accurately. Now, I did no carbs, no sugar. I didn't even do fruit. I did 0 for months. All right. And I literally lost like 30 pounds in like, it was less than 2 months. I lost 30 pounds. I had lost 60 pounds in like 4 months. It was crazy. And that was still with like my occasional gorging, which is way more occasional than it should have been. All right. And now you can get yourself out of keto by eating, because like I said, keto is a state your body goes into, and you can get out of it by eating trash. Okay. So we'll come back to that. All right. So 75% fat. So there's found out, of course, there's good fats and there's bad fats, right? Like we always know about the bad fats, but my diet mostly consisted of salads. And so here's the thing. Here's the misconception of keto. Keto's like, yes, bacon is keto, butter is keto, dairy is keto if it's not filled with sugar, not like if it doesn't have lactose, like that's what milk is. Like lactose is milk sugar, so you got to keep that out. I know people, you didn't know that, huh? You didn't know. I taught you something, right? Come on, I got you. Okay, all right, and so dairy, of course, most dairy, cheese, right? Cheese is keto. Most nuts are like macadamia nuts, almonds, anything that's really low in carb, high in fat is keto. That's pretty much what it is. Low in carb, high in fat, or no carb. Most vegetables are keto. Fruit has a lot of sugar, even if it's natural. It's still a lot of sugar, so it's not keto. So like watermelon's not keto. I think banana's not keto. I know you guys love bananas. Right. Okay, I was like, oh yeah, I know. And it was hard. It was hard giving up. I gave up oranges and orange juice, but I replaced it with lemon. So it was a little better. But one of the gross things I did, I don't know why, but I was trying to, like, you put lemon in your water, it's pretty good. Orange in your water, it's pretty gross. It's not the same. It's disgusting. Don't try it, Cam. It's so disgusting. Side note. Anywho, so those things are keto. Those are keto foods that, like, everybody would tell you before to eat a lot of it is bad. Now, look, ham, keto, chicken keto, turkey keto. Okay, the fatter it is, the better it is for keto. Okay? That's just how it works. It's a fat diet, okay? You can eat bacon dipped in butter and it's keto, okay? Now you're going to be like, well, that sounds like a heart attack. But no one's saying you have to eat that, all right? You don't have to. Like, when you see somebody that's eating keto and it's like, yeah, man, it's a bacon wrapped a hot dog. Like, yeah, that's keto without the bun. That's keto for sure, but you don't have to eat it. Okay, eggs are keto, all right, but you don't have to eat that shit. So my thing was this: like, yo, you can go eat whatever you want, but you have a salad, eat some spinach, have kale. Like, I always had that. Like, the Cobb salad was my go-to because the Cobb salad, I had chicken or whatever you want to put in it. Like, steak is keto. Okay, I'm gonna just keep you naming shit that's keto in between. But you had my eggs, I had bacon, I had chicken, I had I would always ask for, I would always make mine with spinach, right? I did that. Like, it was those things. It's like those things that are fatty. Of course, whatever little vegetables you want to put in there. But those I do my feta cheese, right? All keto and delicious. And I would do that, and then you had the best of both worlds. I was like, good, I get my sweet, salty fattiness meat plus my healthy vegetables that you need anyways. And now my thing was this. I kept my diet. So keto works when your body, and it takes a couple of days. You can get these ketone strips, right? You can go get these at like Rite Aid. The little strips you pee on, and it tells you how much you're in keto, like how many ketones your body is producing. Okay. And it goes from that color. It goes from like light pink to dark purple. Okay. And that's how you tell if you're in ketosis or not. If your body's in ketosis, all right? So you'll know if you go eat like a burger, like a Big Mac, and it's got 3 slices of bread on there, you probably won't be in keto the next day. But if you're deep, dark purple in keto, you can probably get away with a Big Mac with the bread on. But why do it? You know what I mean? Why do that to yourself? Because your body still has to go burn that stuff first before it can burn the fat. That's the whole idea, okay? So when your body's burning nothing but fat, and this is when I learned about fasting for the first time. So look, all right, so I was reading the obesity code. All right, I was reading the obesity code, and a guy was like, yeah, man, so the key to losing weight is not eating. And I was like, this is some dumb shit. I was like, well, no shit. I know if I don't eat, I'll lose weight. And I was like, this is stupid. What a waste of time. But something said, keep reading, all right? And so then he talked about fasting and how old fasting is. And fasting's been around for a long time, not just for people who can't eat food, right? But it's religious reasons for a lot of people. And there's a lot of reverse effects of like, I don't know all the words and intricacies and all this stuff and the little details, all right? But it was big on like reversing diabetes and insulin resistance and all this other stuff that fasting did. You got to do your own research on that stuff. I don't have the stuff. But I do have a book that you can look at that I read called The Complete Guide to Fasting, also by Dr. Fung. All right. So that was the other book that I read and I actually learned how to fast. And we did an episode on this podcast about patience. You need patience when it comes to losing weight, guys. You do. You need to have foresight. You need to have some planning, knowing that it's going to happen. You need to have some planning, being active, and being diligent, eating the right stuff every day. Okay? Very important. But now when I started fasting, I realized how addicted to food I was. And I didn't realize, like, you've been eating 3+ meals a day since birth. So at those certain times when I was trying not to eat, I felt my hands like itching. Like I was like, oh man, I haven't ate something. It's been 3 whole hours. I haven't ate. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. Like I was like tripping that I didn't have. I was like, I need something. Oh God. And I gonna make a whole thing of bacon, right? So the longest fast I did was 4 days. I did a 4 days fast with only food. That's only water, coffee, and tea. That's it. And that's not even with like creamer and stuff like that. But I did a 4-day fast. And I only quit because I had met my wife and we went out to eat the next day. You know, right? Crazy, right? She ruined my whole life. See that? See what women do? But yeah, like 4 days was the longest I went with fasting. And I wasn't even thinking about food. I wasn't even tripping. Like I wasn't sitting there weak. I wasn't tired. I was like, I felt so great. And it's crazy. Like right now, I'm over 20 hours of fasting. I'll probably be 24 hours in a couple hours, right? And I feel great, you know? And so I haven't had any effects of when I feel down. I didn't feel any like drowsy. When you first start it, you will though. You'll feel like you're gonna feel hungry. You're gonna feel woozy. If you have enough water, you gotta have enough water. That's the main thing you need to keep putting in yourself. And do this. Do yourself. If you're going to fast, we're gonna. I know I'm scattered, but we're gonna talk about a lot of different things. So if you're going to fast for more than a day, my advice is to put some lemon in your water and pink Himalayan salt. Now, pink Himalayan salt is really high in potassium. So what happens when you drink a lot of water, you're peeing out all the stuff that your body needs, like all the different minerals and all the nutrients that your body needs. And you can get really sick. And it's called the keto flu is like the nickname for it. But it happens when your body's just, you feel weak because you're not eating, you're not putting anything in, you're only peeing stuff out, right? So your body needs all your potassium and magnesia and some other shit that I can't say. All right, but your body needs that stuff. So pink Himalayan salt. You can put cucumbers in there. I put mint in there. Don't eat it. If you eat the cucumber, you're cheating. But you can put the lemon juice in there. You know what I'm saying? And you'll feel 100%. You'll feel like a whole new person. You won't even notice the adverse effects of fasting, of like the hunger. Now, here's what's going to happen. All right, in the beginning, you're gonna have these waves of hunger. Okay. It's going to happen. So you don't have to go for 24 hours at once. You don't have to go for, I think most intermittent fasting, I think the average is like 16 hours. What people do from, they'll eat at a certain time and not have a meal. Let's say you go from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. and then you're fasting the rest of the time. I built mine like an hour a day. Or maybe like not even that often, but I kept saying like I'm gonna push another hour. So let's say I wake up every day and I ate at 10 a.m. And granted, guys, my schedule is different than yours. I don't really get started on my day until 10. Okay, I'm pretty lucky right now. So let's say I ate at 10 a.m. That next day. And I would eat throughout. So let's say I ate from 10 a.m. and I didn't want to eat past 7. Okay. So the next day, 7 p.m. to let's say 10 a.m. That's your fast. However many hours that is. Okay. That's your fast. And then I would either try to push it 30 minutes to an hour the next day. I'll be like, okay, I ate at 10 a.m. yesterday. Let me not eat till 11. So I would try that. And then I just kept doing that until I built up to a day. And I remember like the first time I did it, 24 hours, I was fine. 26 hours, I thought I was going to die. I don't know what happened, but I was like, I felt weak. I was like, it was cold red. And I ate anything. I remember I ate like 3 bagels. I went to the store and I just bought food. I was like, I'm going to die. And I just bought like anything that I could eat while I sat in my car and cried, right? But I was like panicking. But I was really proud of myself for doing over 24 hours. And then it was just like, all right, great. I know what 24 hours feels like. That was 26. So then it was just about more preparing. I was like, more preparation. It was making sure that, and you can do like bone broth, which isn't really great, but it's a soup that will do if you need flavor. Because look, tasting water gets old really, really quick. So that's why I would say doctor it up. You can do the bone broth. What else is there? You can do, I'll say coffee, water, and tea. You can do cream. You can do any kind of cream. You can't do like I think milk if it's lactose free. You can do heavy cream, which is what I do nowadays. If you're doing a fast, technically heavy cream is cheating, but if you're just doing keto, it's cool. All right. If you want to get used to black coffee, which is gross, so this is how I got into coffee. Is I had to start buying really good coffee because instant coffee is awful. Instant coffee is. It's so gross. So I got into coffee because I was like, well, if I'm just gonna drink coffee with no cream and no sugar, then I need to have the best tasting coffee I can find. That's how I got into coffee. And then tea, of course. I was always like a big tea head, and I would get my little bags from Teavana and do the little fancy steeping of teas and know exactly how many minutes you have to let it steep for. Shh, shh, shh. You don't want to make too much noise while you're steeping. That's not a real thing, but I thought I'd put that out there. So that's what I was doing, right? All right. So fasting, man, was like, it's the easiest way to lose weight, of course, because you're not adding. But once you're in ketosis, plus you're fasting, woo, that weight comes flying off because you're only burning fat. Your body is now in ketosis. It's burning fat for fuel. You're not adding any sugar or anything else in. You're not adding any fat in. You're fasting and you're burning. And look, you don't feel hungry. You really don't. You're going to have the feelings of hunger because that's what you're used to. But once you break that feeling of I need to eat, because you'll ask yourself this. You'll be feeling hungry and you'll be like, yo, am I hungry or am I bored? Am I hungry or do I want to eat? Am I actually hungry right now? And I promise you most of the time you're going to be like, no. You can be like, no, I'm not really hungry. I want to eat something. I want to chew on something. I want some flavor, and go lick some salt. Like go find something else. To fast. You gotta be busy. If you're sitting at the crib all day fasting, it's really hard to not want to go to the fridge. I used to walk to the fridge all the time and be like, get out of here, and then kick myself out. It's a habit of wanting to eat. If you're feeling full and you want to you want to feel satiated, take apple cider vinegar, you mix it in like a water bottle, 16 ounces, whatever it is. I would always do 2 or 3 capfuls inside a 16, like a water bottle. What a water bottle, like 16 ounces, 12, 16, something like that. I would take 3 or 4 capfuls, put it in there. Now, granted, man, apple cider vinegar ain't the best taste. All right. It's not delicious by any means. Some people drink it like shots, and that's so acidic, man. That burns the shit. I'm not doing that. That shit will burn a hole through your throat. Right? It's very acidic, but when you do it in a water bottle, I would just drink the whole thing, and I feel full. Like I don't know exactly what it does. I know that it's really good for your stomach, and you got to get the one that has like the mother in there. All right, don't get like the Kroger brand. You got to go get the Bragg's. Is what everybody gets. Bragg's is the brand, and man, dump a little bit in there, drink it up, and do it before you go to bed, because we all have like those late night cravings when you're craving something at night, and leave it out. You don't put it in the fridge, but when I went into the kitchen, I want to go to the refrigerator, but I would leave it on the countertop, so it's the first thing I saw. So I was like, great, I just had to make it easier for myself. It was like, hey, just go get the apple cider vinegar, wash that down, and you'll go back, because you're going to want to go eat in the middle of the night for whatever reason. And that's when you eat the worst stuff. Nobody goes in and get a salad at 2 a.m., you know? I want a grilled cheese at 2 a.m. I'm willing to wake up the whole neighborhood for a grilled cheese sandwich at 3 a.m. You're damn right I am. Then I'm going to go back and watch Kung Fu movies so I fall asleep, because that's how I live my life, good people. All right, so look. Okay, hold on. Let me get through the rest of this. So there's an insulin index. All right, so remember that. Insulin, the whole point and this is the whole point on the obesity code, is to get insulin down, to reduce your insulin intake to 0 if you can. There's a thing called an insulin index, which it tells you which food has a higher insulin, right? So, I mean, you'll see like bread is really high. You see those things high, but you'll see like a gang of foods that are really good for you, which fish is always good. So I'm huge on salmon. I'm huge on trout. I'm huge on halibut. I'm huge on fish in general. I'm not so big and I'm huge on bacon. I'm be honest. I'm huge on bacon. That's my shit. Bacon and me are best friends. We'll never part. I don't care what you say. I don't care how many times you tell me what about pigs and all that. I don't care. Okay? Bacon has never done me wrong. So you watch your filthy mouths when you talk about bacon. All right? It's my best friend. Best friend. All right, so I'm big on, like I said, any kind of greenery. Any kind of greenery is good. You got to get your greenery in. Avocados, salmon. Most fish are good. I guess tilapia is not a real fish, I heard. I don't know. You ever heard that, Cam?
No, I've heard that they use that as a replacement for fish in restaurants, though.
They use tilapia as a replacement for fish in restaurants?
Maybe like, oh, it's this kind of fish, but they replace it
With tilapia. Tilapia is delicious, though. But I heard it's not even like a real fish. I mean, I hear all kind of rumors. I heard like it's engineered or some shit. I don't know. I never caught one live, so I have no idea. But I heard no one does. Yeah, but then like, of course, this stuff is farm raised. All right. So there's a butter I use. It's grass fed butter. It's Irish. What's it called? Irish something. It's in a Irish. It's dub. Crap. I can see the package and it's gold, and it's in a gold. Kerrygold is what it's called. Yes. Kerrygold, baby. And so I would do the garlic butter, super dope. It's my favorite thing to cook stuff in. And or you can just get the regular butter. But it's grass fed and it's supposed to be like one of the healthiest, most pure organic butters you can get. Okay? The Kerrygold. That's if you love yourself, you'll get that. Oh man, and let me tell you how much money I saved fasting, man. I was an eat out king. I'm saving so much money fasting, it's crazy. People like I was able to go out with people and then not eat and just drink water. And people were like, hey, you're not getting enough food. I'm like, I'm great. I don't feel any hunger whatsoever. So that'd be my thing. All right. And we covered insulin index. We covered fasting to a point. Covering the type of foods that are keto, the keto index. You can look at that. There's a whole keto diet you can look in. There's keto recipes because people still want to make wheat stuff. Like people still want to eat bagels, and there's recipes for like keto bagels, and they're gonna have some carbs. I stay away from it all, man. Like I'm not gonna go do these carb replacements. You can go buy almond flour. There's like xanthomum gum, xanthomum gum. There's like these other things that people use for replacements. I don't do any of it. I stay away. The most thing I would use is like stevia for like my coffee. That's the most I get to. Like, and it's an organic stevia extra. I always get it from straight Trader Joe's. So it comes in a little thing. It's really strong. So it gives you a little thing of droplets. I underestimated how strong stevia was when I first used it. My wife doesn't like the stevia. She says it has an aftertaste. I don't notice. I just taste better than black coffee. That's what I taste, and I'm 100% down with that. All right. Okay. So one other thing to me about losing weight, especially being on keto, like when you eat is almost as important as what you eat. Your eat timing is really like eating before bed. We know is bad. I don't like eating before I work out. I feel awful. Everybody's body's different, so do what's best for you. But try not to eat before bed. If you're gonna fast, or if you're gonna fast for 24 hours, like I did. So what I was doing is for like months, I was eating every other day one meal. So my meal was huge though. All right, my meal was 1,000 calories in one meal, which was a lot of food. I had to keep like finding ways to eat that much. I was like, yo, how am I gonna eat 1,000 calories? Now you can go do it at McDonald's, man, between fries, a burger, and a soda. Like, yeah, that's easy. That's easy to get 1,000 calories. But like, I feel like good food. So like the salad I was eating was like 700. I was like, damn, dog, I still gotta eat 300 more calories. So I was like, but I had to do it so I would feel full until the night. And then when I woke up during the day, I get my coffee and I felt good. You know, I get my coffee, drink water first thing in the morning. All right, I do that every morning. Drink that water, rehydrate your body, right? Drink my coffee, satiates hunger. All right, I'm back again until the hour it was time to eat. And then when I was doing it, it was like once every 48 hours. That's how that was my average of eating. It was like every other day. And that's how I felt very comfortable. And I only ate then just to make sure that I was getting stuff that I needed. Because I wasn't taking vitamins and stuff like that. Like some other people, if you go on fast for a long time, and it talks about that in the Complete Guide to Fasting, it talks about this guy who did it for, I think, 360-something days he fasted for. It was over a year. But he was taking like all these different vitamins and supplements. And I'm not doing all that. I'll just go eat meat. I'll just go eat a Cobb salad. And I just made myself a giant piece of food. All right, you sleep, man. You gotta sleep. Sleep's one of the most important things to burning fat. All right, but if you sleep while you're fasting, you sleep on keto, you're gonna wake up like 3 or 4 pounds less. You're gonna be like, damn. You watch. I guarantee you. Take one night, sleep 6 to 8 hours, fasting in keto. You'll be like, whoa, oh shit, oh my god, and you'll see how fast that like you'll lose weight. All right. So outside of those two books, there's two people that I look at a lot. One is Dr. Berg. He's a nutritionist. I think he's like based out of Philly or DC, something like that. But I watch his YouTube channel and read his books. So Dr. Berg, and this other guy named Thomas Lefleur. I don't know how to say his name. Lefleur is all fancy and shit. Thomas Lefleur. But Thomas is a real buff dude. He's an athletic dude who only does keto. So if you're worried about trying to be a weightlifter on keto, Thomas is the guy to go to. If you are living your regular life, go to Dr. Berg. Those are two guys who I've looked at a lot and read their books, and like I said, the other books by the other nutritionists. All right, we covered a lot in a little bit of time. You guys got a ton of questions because I didn't explain anything thoroughly because we covered a lot of ground. We covered what the hell diet actually means, ketosis, what it is, what ketones are, what they do, what insulin is, the whole goal of reducing insulin. Fasting, I gave you tips of how to fast, what to expect. You're going to expect the hunger. Oh, well, last thing, waves of hunger are going to come. I would eat a meal, and it would be fatty and delicious, and I would feel hungry 3-4 hours later. You're going to feel the exact same thing when you fast. Some waves of hunger are going to come. Go drink the apple cider vinegar if you can. Drink some water if you can. But let that hunger wave pass, and you'll feel 100% again. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing when you eat a big meal and you feel hungry again to eating not at all. It's going to come and go, okay? And get your sleep. And get your damn sleep on. And that's what I did to lose a gang of weight. That's what I'm doing now to get back down. As you guys watch this, you'll see my face slim up. All right? Unless I have another baby. Oh, God, no. No, Cam. No, I can't do another. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.